Asael Shavo wrote about his mother, Rachel, and his brothers Neryat, Tzvi, and Avishai. I've grown up, writes Asael. Years have passed since the terror attack, and today with my prosthetic leg, I can do everything. I hope to compete in the next Paralympic Games. I know my mother wouldn't have wanted me to give up because of my injury. I will move on. I am moving on. Hilit Shefer wrote about her father, Mordechai. Today you're not here. Maybe you were never here. I can still see you everywhere. I still dream that we are dancing. Today I'm finally beginning to understand that maybe you are never coming back. Tamar wrote about her brother Gabi who was killed. For me, Gabi was a big brother, and when I say big, I mean he was huge. He was like a tree. My twin sister and I would climb on him, and when we would fight, Gabi would put us on his knees, one on each knee, and he would tell us, now you're going to make up. Did we have a choice? Matan Pachima wrote about his mother Ariela. On Shabbat in my grandparents' synagogue, I recited the Kaddish. A man looked at me and said, you don't need to do it. I didn't get mad at him. After all, why should a boy my age have to say Kaddish? I understood him. Tamir wrote about his sister, Ella. Even today I'm trying with all my power to walk along the path that Ella guided me towards. There is time for sadness and time for joy. You have to know how to feel both, but in the right proportions.
This exhibition is about a story. It's about a story of Israel. This exhibition is about a story of 150 children that the worst happened to them, and somebody, the dearest, the parents, brothers, sisters, sometimes even the whole family, were killed in the most horrifying way. And each one of them told his story. The story comes out not as something horrible, but as something full of love and full of missing somebody, a story from the deep of their heart. This is an initiative of a Amuta that's called Mishpacha Achat, one family. They take care of all the families of the victims of the terror.
Now in this case, after the stories were written, were gathered, then came the second stage, the stage of visual art.
Then there came the stage of making the stories into a different language, telling them in a different language, not in the language of writing like the children wrote, but more in the language of art. 30 artists chose out of all the 150 stories that spoke to them the most, and they decided to create the story.
What can you tell us about the feelings of being part of this very, very unique and powerful project?
Like you say, it's a very unique and powerful project, and I like challenges. I like the ability to go to unknown places. It was an honor for me to be approached and to be part of this, because I really respect this organization. I think they're doing something which has great meaning beyond any politic or any type of. It's very Jewish. It comes from the real ethic of what it is to be Jew, to be able to help, to give, to support, and to understand, and to make it meaningful. And particularly to help these people deal with something which will never go away. Leah's story in particular, as like all the stories, actually, they celebrate life. You know? Ultimately, that's and she says it very specifically. You know, it's I want to live. I want to be here now.
There's some sort of strength that you even can get from Leah's story.
Of course. I think from all the stories, and from the way people are dealing with them, and this organization in particular, does something remarkable. Definitely something which is a universal message of loving and living, you know, and remembering, and not to die in that memory, but to take it to someplace very, very beautiful. And that's why it was a pleasure for me to be, and an honor for me to bring my artwork to something which, because that's what art is all about.
Lots of color.
Lots of color, yeah. I believe in color. Color is emotion, and you have to find the balance there. But that's the beauty of color.
So tell us about what you created here. This is the story of the murder of Tali Chatuel and her 4 daughters, and the story is written by her husband.
What we see here is the phoenix, a bird that we know comes out of the ashes, comes after the biggest burn, after nothing can grow. It rises out of there. And that's the story of the whole exhibition. It's a story of David Chatuel, but actually the whole 150 stories. Each one of them rose out of the ashes, out of the worst, out of the deepest pain of their life, and they've risen, and they're smiling. An artist took that pain, took that smile, took their story, and made it into art.